Black Hills Energy Stadium, some technical difficulties, so you might need to switch over to the new link, and hopefully that'll work for you. It's hot up here, and internet's having some troubles with it, but we're working our way through it. Rather, Aiden Wirtz is. Shout out our live production intern and part-time color commentator. Evan Luke back out for another inning of work. He'll face Ty Farwell, Quinn Ludvigsen, and Trey Runge. Luke's in a hitter's count here, 2-1 against Ty Farwell. Defensively for the Squatch, Niels is in left, Torelli's in center, Kwapnowski's in right. Along the infield, it's Nick Work, Ben Foyer, Peyton Fort, and Kyle Finn. Behind the dish is Carson Rather. And Evan Luke had a very clean first inning, put him down in order. And we talked about his last start against the Fremont Moo, not allowing a single free base, also picked up 3 Ks. But here he allows a free base to Ty Farwell on 5 pitches.
Up next, number 11, Quinn Ludvigsen.
Here's Quinn Ludvigsen, the starting first baseman. Ludvigsen plays for the Minnesota State University in Mankato. First pitch to him is in there for a strike. Hitting .194 this summer with 3 RBIs and 7 walks. Has an on-base percentage of .405. The 0-1. Ground ball up the middle. Fort backhands it, flips it to second for 1, but the throw to first gets away from Finn. He can't find it. Rather is down there, but a heck of a play by Fort as he flips it to Foyer, who might have gotten spiked on his shin. He's going to have to walk that off. Good job by Finn to at least knock it down as they gun down the lead runner, Ty Farwell, trying to take second. Fielder's choice on Ludvigsen brings up Trey Runge. Runge plays at Southwest Baptist University, hitting .105 this summer. Has 3 walks. Trying to knock in his first RBI of the summer. Pitch from Luke. Drops in for a strike. Curveball cracked to left center. It'll drop in for a base hit. That puts 2 on for the 7-hole hitter Connor Goldberg. First hit of the day for Oahe.
Up next, number 9, Connor Goldberg.
Goldberg this summer, hitting .231, plays for the opposing coach at Saracoso Community College, where Justice Scott is the head coach. Saw him embracing some of his teammates before the game. Chase Scott, Jordan Bowman, Kyle Finn all play over there. So does Isaac Martinez. A lot of Saracoso Community College appearances today across both teams. That one's knocked down by Rather. Luke comes set with 2 on and 1 down. Here's the pitch. Fouled into the glove of Rather for strike 2. Now the umpire's going to look down the right field line. Is there a ball out there? He's pointing down the line, asking what's out there. And now the first base coach is looking. Quap's going to give it a look, but looks like maybe a ball might have found its way onto the field. Now they come set, ready to go. There's nothing down there. They sent one of the Sasquatch players down there to look, but he's not finding anything. Here's the 1-2. Lifted into center. Torelli giving chase. He'll lay out and make a sliding catch for out number 2. Great play by Lucas. Had to go a long way. Went down to a knee and made a sliding catch to keep both runners at first and second. Took a great route on it. And an effortless sliding catch by Torelli. Again, he's in the transfer portal right now, but had a phenomenal spring season down in eastern New Mexico. Started in all 50 games, hit .410 as a senior down there. Had 46 RBIs and 12 home runs. Also appeared in a couple of innings of relief. But making great plays in center field for the Squatch this summer as that one's away. Trying to find a new home. The hitter now is the 8-hole hitter, Andrew Phillips. Starting in center for the Zap. And way ahead in the count, 3-0. Holding all the way, and it works out for him, a 4-pitch walk. That will load the bases for Emiliano Curiel. Curiel also from Saracosa Community College. Whole lot of representation out here at the ballpark today. Hitting 185 this year with 1 RBI and 7 walks. Evan Luke's given up 2 free bases this inning. Trying to leave him loaded with 2 down. Top of the order due up next, and Gavin Frazier. Big hack and a miss. And Luke's in the driver's seat 0-2. Bases loaded, 2 down early in the second. Off speed misses upstairs. Comes set with the 1-2. Did he go around? Strike 3 called anyway. Evan Luke leaves him loaded. And a huge opportunity missed by the Oahe Zap, as we are scoreless headed to the bottom of the second.
My favorite thing about Miserans, it's the staff. The culture is unlike anything I've ever experienced.
Spot On has greatly reduced the time our managers spend on scheduling. The biggest advantage is its tip management. At a touch of a button, it instantly allocates tip pooling and tip splitting.
Our employees love it that as soon as we've done the tip distribution, they can see what they made yesterday. It's real straightforward. What you see is what you get, and that's what you want working in a restaurant. And with Spot On, you've got everything there at the tip of your fingers.
Ready? No score as we head to the bottom of the second. Huge chance for the Zap as they had the bases loaded, but Evan Luke strikes out Emiliano Curiel. And we are still scoreless headed to the bottom of the second. Leading things off will be Chase Scott, followed by Peyton Fort and Ben Foyer. Scott, the son of the head coach, Justice Scott. And Chase kind of struggled at the beginning of the season, the first couple of weeks, but he has been swinging a hot bat, especially in that Fremont series. He's now hitting .345 on the year with 7 walks, 5 runs. And another kid from Saracoso Community College, 5 for the Sasquatch, couple for Oahe. Tons of representation out here tonight. Van der Woestein comes set. Scott pulls it left side. Third baseman cuts it off. No, the shortstop has it. The throw across the diamond is in time to get him. Gavin Frazier had Ty Farwell cut in front of him. Thought he might have had it, but instead it sneaks through, and Frazier has to make the play across the diamond, and he gets Chase Scott at first for out number 1. Great play by the left side of the infield, but it brings up Peyton Fort. And you want to talk about a hot bat, he might be the hottest hitter in the league right now. That one's up and in for ball 1. Looking at his stats over the last couple of series, he is 15 for 29 over his last 6 games with 6 doubles and 10 RBIs. He leads the league in hits and is tied for doubles. Here's the 1-0. Called a strike on the outside corner, 1-1. In the 3 games against Oahe, that did not, he did not slow down. Was 7 for 15 with 6 RBIs, nearly doubling his season total in the 3 games. Here's the 1-1. Popped up left side. Third baseman in foul territory. It's Ty Farwell who makes the catch for out number 2. 2 quick outs for Van der Woestein. Brings up the 8-hole hitter Ben Foyer, getting the nod at short tonight, with Nick Work playing third and Peyton Fort playing second. Foyer and Fort have been phenomenal up the middle as they lead the league in double plays with 7. And Foyer's glove has been something that has caught a lot of people's attention early in the season. You can see him make some pretty awesome plays, but it's also reflected in the numbers. Leads the league in assists with 32. Just talked about the double plays. They've turned 7 this year. And he's earned the nickname Volpe after the Yankee shortstop. Here's the 1-1. This one's lined left side and through for a base hit. He's got speed too. Foyer will round first, slips, thinking about second, but he'll hold up there with a 2-out single.
Next at bat, number 5, Nicholas Work.
Here's Nick Work, his buddy on the left side of the infield from South Dakota State University. Nick got to Spearfish after the first away series down in Hastings and made an immediate impact as he takes upstairs for ball 1. So far this summer, hitting .242, has 11 walks and 9 runs, gets on base a lot. And his glove has also been pretty electric early on. Here's the 1-0. Fouled straight back, evens the count, 1-1. Him and Tristan Agadal play for the Jackrabbits here in the state over in Brookings. We'll check on Foyer at first. Nick in the spring appeared in 47 games as a freshman. Said that was huge for his confidence as he followed his brother out there. Didn't really know if he wanted to play college ball, but after he saw his brother go through the process, he decided to go out there and play with him. And when he said that not a lot of freshmen get to play that first series, especially when they're on the road, but when he went out to California, he was very happy to see his name in the lineup. Throw down his second, sails into center, and Foyer will steal second base. We talked about Foyer's speed, and he shows it off there. Had a great lead And a great move towards second off the pitch, and is now in scoring position with 2 down. Nick Work ahead in the count, 3-1. Big gap to the right side with the second baseman holding on Foyer. Here's the pitch. Upstairs for ball 4. That'll put 2 on for the leadoff hitter, Lucas Torelli, who walked his first time up an inning ago. Breaking ball finds the zone for a strike. Torelli, as we said, had a phenomenal spring season, but also has a slew of awards coming in after attending East Central College for a couple of years at the JUCO level. Was all LSC first team in 2025, also part of the all defensive team. As an outfielder, was an NCBWA second team all South Central region. Huge accomplishment there, getting the award from the Collegiate Baseball Writers of America. Here's the 0-2. Welcome up into the press box. We have a very special guest up here today, the Oahe Zap announcer. How about you introduce yourself to the Sasquatch fans or the Oahe fans watching back home?
Hey, I'm Dylan Beach, here from the long trip from Pier. Having a great time here in Spearfish.
Yeah, how you been liking the first couple of innings here out in this ballpark?
Yeah, I like it. We got a nice back and forth game here. I need some runs to get going here. We need an entertaining game tonight.
Yeah, you guys had the bases loaded in the last inning, couldn't quite get them around, but now you got the top of the order. You know this team probably a lot better than I do. What can you tell me about the first few weeks for Oahe and what they've been working on to get back into the win column?
Yeah, it's kind of been here lately trying to kind of work on those first few series were kind of their test run, and now these last few have kind of been put your best team out there and try to win some series, and they've been having some competitive ones.
Well, Gavin Frazier ropes a base hit up the middle, and that's a good way to start after he grounded out in his first at-bat. And he seems to be a guy that likes to jump on the ball early.
Yeah, and despite really jumping on some of these ones here tonight, leads the team in walks, has been a very impressive member of this middle infield, has kind of been penciled in as that everyday shortstop leadoff hitter.
Now he turns it over to the two-hole hitter Mason Lang, the starting catcher. First, Luke will check on Frazier at first. Mason Lang struck out in his first at-bat, but kind of looking at his numbers, he seems to be one of those guys that can also hit towards the top of the order. But what have you seen from him up in the booth?
Yeah, he's our returning team MVP from last year.
Well, and he quickly puts one into left field and back-to-back singles.
Yeah, it was the returning team MVP from a season ago, an all-24 ILB guy, and got his first home run out in Casper, and he's kind of been off to the races here ever since.
Well, a quick start here in this third inning for the Zap. 2 on and nobody out on back-to-back singles brings up Vince Polizzi. And we were talking before the game. You said this is a guy that you absolutely need to watch out for.
Yeah, and for sure, I mean, we saw him in game one of this 7-game South Dakota World Series put an absolute charge into one, probably about 400 feet dead center at our place. And he's our team home run leader a season ago, and he's definitely another guy that they were happy to get back in town.
He's got 11 RBIs on the year, plays at Loras College. Plays against the University of Iowa quite a bit. As he comes set here with 2 on and nobody out. Another good chance for Oahe early. First pitch from Luke is fouled off. Now Evan, in his last start, as we've talked about, one of his best starts of the year, did not let up a free base or a run, but has found the zap hitters being able to tee him up here these last couple of innings. He was able to get out of the jam in the second. And now one of the hottest hitters in the league, up with nobody out, but in the driver's seat right now, 0-2.
And I'm sure you got some fans here who want this strikeout for some cheap beer at the ballpark.
Exactly. Glad you're paying attention to the beer batter. I forgot to listen to that part. Luke comes set, the tall right-hander. Takes a look at second. Now he'll fire. In the dirt. Did not go around 1-2.
These fans want that beer, man. They're
They do.
thinking he checked that one. He wasn't very close on that one.
They're itching. They're itching for it. Big leadoff second by Gavin Frazier. And time is called at the plate.
And the Zap team's got speed all over the place. Despite some of the catchers in the room, you don't really think of those guys as speed threats either, but they'll steal some bags.
Luke ready. Runner basically halfway to third. The throw to second is not in time. Frazier slipped a little bit, but able to get back to the bag.
Yeah, and he's an aggressive base runner. We saw him steal home a couple weeks ago out in Casper.
A lot of speed here. 1-2. Here's the pitch from Luke. This one's lifted out to left center, giving chase and making the catch. For out number 1 is Aaron Neals. The throw in goes over the cutoff man to third for Nick Work. And then a nice play by Aaron Neals.
Yeah, my bad there. I was just going to say, if any of us were going to get out to anybody, I like the Hoosier out in left field to do it from Evansville.
Yep. Yeah, he's talked with him a little bit before the game today, an Evansville native, and making his first start in front of the home crowd tonight. Brings up Ty Farwell. First pitch, grounded to second. Fort turns around, fires to second, but it goes wide. Foyer's able to pick it up. The throw to the plate is in time. Good recovery from Ben Foyer. Nearly let that one go into left on a throw from Fort that went wide. And I think Frazier might have thought that did go into left field, and Foyer's able to throw him out.
Yeah, Zap definitely aren't afraid to be aggressive in base running, but I think Frazier certainly thought that one got out to the outfield, or probably would have kept him there if just the one away.
But that'll draw Octavio Sanchez out of the dugout to talk things over with his starter. A lot of action on the base paths here in this third inning. Evan Luke has been the guy to turn to open up series. This is his 4th start of the year. But in a bit of a jam here. A huge out there from Ben Foyer to get out number 2, but still 2 guys out there with Quinn Ludvigsen up to the plate. He grounded into a fielder's choice in the second. But I want to ask you a little bit more about just overall this season so far. Obviously, maybe not the start that you guys wanted, but like you said, and how kind of the conversation a lot with summer ball. Guys come in late. They don't really know each other a whole lot. They're still learning each other's names. But how would you say the start of the season overall has been turning around for you guys?
Yeah, I'd say since those first 2 series, it's kind of turned around a bit. You got that Fremont Moo 2-gamer at home. You got to see 2 run rules in front of the home crowd, and then we've been in some tight series with you guys in Casper since.
Ludvigsen takes a strike on the outside corner.
And the team's the bats are starting to wake up a bit. The pitching staff is a lot new and improved. No returners from last year, but a lot of solid arms in this year's lineup.
Long look at second. Now he'll fire home. Fouled straight back off the umpire's mask. We've had a lot of action early in this ball game, but as we've already talked about, no runs on the board yet, and we've both been on the edge of our seats hoping for some offense here. But overall, when you look at this offense for Oahe, A couple of guys like at the top of the order that you've mentioned jump out at you numbers-wise, but how would you categorize the team overall on offense?
Yeah, it's a lot of small ball. They're not going to really beat you with the long ball. A lot of it's drawing these counts, getting some walks, and then some timely hitting to kind of draw those guys in.
That one misses away. Evan Luke thought he had it, and the count is 1-2.
I thought he had it too.
Close pitch, but no dice. And another big spot for the Zap, trying to crack the scoreboard first. Ludvigsen lines it left side, caught by Foyer for out number 3. And Evan Luke gets out of the jam again. Still no score as we head to the home half. A lot of traffic on the base paths, but no dice quite yet.
Yeah, and that's kind of going back to it. The small ball aspect is they've been getting some of the guys on. They've had some trouble kind of bringing them in, but this lineup's got talent in it for sure compared to maybe some seasons past, and we've seen some of those guys kind of start their home run tally here in the last couple of weeks.
We'll see if the Squatch can get on the board here. And leading things off will be Carson Rather, Kyle Finn, Aaron Neals. Don't go anywhere. We've got a ball game here in Spearfish. Are there any storylines that you want to talk about with Oahe? Welcome back to Black Hills Energy Stadium. Still no score as we head to the bottom of the third. Carson Rather leading things off, making his first start in front of the home crowd this year. Back in the first, he grounded into a fielder's choice, advanced to second, but could not move from there. Back out on the mound for the Zap is Bryce Vanda Wostein. That's how I say it, right?
Vanda Wostein.
Wostein. He's got... And then I had him read it to me a couple of times before the game, and I tried my best, but Vanda Wostein got it.
He's a great bowler.
Really? Popped up to left, tracking it, and making the catch is Connor Goldberg for out number 1. How'd you find out he's a good bowler? Did you go out with him?
That was his media day fact. I think if I went out bowling with him, I would get left behind pretty quickly because – he said his highest he's ever had was 268, and I've been bowling.
Whoa!
I've been bowling in Pier, and I think it took me a couple of games to get to 268. So
it took you a couple of games to get to 268.
Yeah, I think 2 or 3 games.
I was gonna say I might need a lot more than that. I am terrible.
I think I can get there in 2. We have the bowling class at IU. I was kind of tough at bowling class.
Really? I'm not very good at that. I mean. On some nights, I need bumpers. This one's driven to left. No doubter. Kyle Finn delivers a solo shot. His 3rd home run of the season. And that thing got out in about half a second.
What are you feeding these kids, man?
Kyle Finn in his 2nd year with the Sasquatch and a no doubter to left. And Spearfish cracks the scoreboard first. Wow.
I'd say he's the tallest baseball player I've seen, but he's not even the tallest baseball player on your guys' team somehow.
No.
That was a big shock for me when I saw your guys' roster. 6'7" and 6'8".
Yeah. This one's a soft roller up the third base line. The throw to first is not in time. Aaron Neals is aboard. And how about the Sasquatch getting some offense going here in the 3rd?
And nice rally for them. Farwell typically behind the plate at catcher, maybe not ready for that bunt there. I wasn't expecting it with nobody on either, but clearly a very fast runner there.
Yeah, Aaron Neals. He's got some speed. He's got to stretch out after beating that throw. They'll draw Coach out of the dugout to talk things over with Bryce after a solo home run to left that got out real quick, and then a bunt from Aaron Neals puts a runner on and one out. Sam Kwapnoski, another slugger in this Spearfish lineup who's been red hot, had 2 home runs against you out in.
Yeah, it doesn't really ever let up with you guys. You guys got a really nice lineup right now. I mean, you got the league leader in hits in the 7-hole. I actually found his grand slam ball, got it back to your guys' coaching staff the other night. It landed right next to my buddy's truck in the parking lot.
That's a nice thing for you to do.
I just gotta say, this is a just beautiful backdrop for a stadium. I mean, I'm just in awe back here half the time.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of the guys when I ask about how they found out about Spearfish, as Kwapnoski lifts this one out to right. It'll be Curiel who tracks it down for the out. Runner tags from first. He will take second. Good heads-up base running from Neals.
He's fast. Tagging from first? Zap got a guy warming up in the bullpen, Austin Arocha. He's been starting some games for us this season, but we had already seen him start one versus Spearfish. They gave Bryce the start here today.
See how much longer the leash is for Bryce here. Still only 1 run on the board. Here's Chase Scott. And he lifts this one down the right field line, giving Chase's Curiel going foul. It'll drop foul. Had to go a long way for it. He's playing more towards right center.
Yeah, Goldie can try to get after that one, but that was going to be one heck of a run for him.
Yeah.
Speaking of running, what did I sign myself up for this middle inning game? I signed up for something. I'm kind of worried now. Heard something about Sasquatch costumes.
Oh, you're doing that?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. That'll be fun. That'll be fun to watch for us.
Yeah, it's me and 2 other interns in it, so I don't know what y'all are going to get out of us.
Oh, that's a classic here at the ballpark. I won't give you too much, just because I want to see what.
I'm looking forward to it. I hope my prize, if I win, is a bush apple out of your guys' beer cart. That might be where I'm heading after this.
Hey, if we got them, they're all yours, big dog. Scott behind 0-2. Bryce comes set. Here's the pitch. Upstairs. Yeah, no, we'll make sure to record that for you when you throw on the Sasquatch.
Yeah, that one might go in the demo tape. I mean,
oh, for sure.
Show that I got it out there. I don't know.
Oh yeah, got some wheels.
I'm gonna probably trip my other intern, see if I can get a leg up.
There you go. Scott takes one in the dirt. You think you're faster than your other interns that are going to be going out there?
I don't know, man. Maybe a couple of years ago when I was still playing basketball in high school, I might have still been faster, but I don't know. Eli might have me beat. I don't know. Brooks, I already see him with a beer down there, so I might be able to take him.
There you go. Even count, 2-2. Long look. Here's the pitch. Line drive, left field, and goes foul. Good AB here from Scott. Yeah, just make sure, especially the feet, I've heard they can get a little loose, so just make sure you don't trip over the feet of your costume.
I made an awful move this morning when we were in Pier and it was cold, and I checked the weather app and it was going to be cold here in the morning, and then I was like, oh, I'll wear sweats today. Awful decision. I should have changed into shorts at the hotel. I knew I should have, but I didn't.
Yeah, it definitely heated up here. It was, what was it when you guys got here, like 78, 77?
It was something like that. I don't know, this sun, I'm finally ready for it to be done.
Ground ball to third. The throw across the diamond is good for out number 3, but not before Kyle Finn puts a drive into one to left, and the Squatch take a 1-0 lead. Thank you so much for joining us up here.
Thank you for having me on.
Yes, of course.
Pleasure as always. We'll have to get you guys out to Pier sometime. Well, you guys don't even come back to Pier, so I can't even welcome you guys to Pier. So.
Well, maybe we'll just drive out there for fun one of these times.
Yeah, well, thank you guys for having me.
Yes, thank you so much, and good luck with the race later.
Appreciate it.
Awesome. 1-0 Squatch as we head to the 4th. You're watching the Zap and the Squatch live on YouTube.
So surprising. So untamed. So much historical fame. So much to see, hear, smell, taste, enjoy. So pack your bags. Hit the road. Strike gold. Deadwood is waiting. There's so much South Dakota, so little time.
For ice cold drinks before the conclusion of the 7th inning.
First pitch from Evan Luke is in for a strike. Thank you again to the Oahe Zap announcer for joining us up in the 3rd inning, giving us some insight into the Zap lineup, but also providing some comedic gold there, getting ready for the race. And talking about getting ready for the race, here is Sampson joining us up in the press box once again. It's always a party here in Spearfish, so if you haven't made it out, make sure you do. It's always fun up here. Yeah. Make sure you get the fans hyped up. We've got a good ball game here. The Zap get a runner on. Trey Runge grounds one to the left side, and Nick Work isn't able to field it. So that puts a runner on for Connor Goldberg. There's a strike on the outside corner. Fouled straight back, 0-2. Evan Luke is he's been able to get out of a lot of jams, but he's been struggling with getting runners on. And so far, he's been able to keep them scoreless, which of course is the biggest thing you've got to do in those situations. Checks on the runner at first. He's thrown 47. He's allowed 4 hits, 2 walks, and has picked up a couple of strikeouts. But most of the offense has come in the last 2 innings. His first inning was perfect, 3 straight. A ground ball, a strikeout, and a flyout. One and 2 on Goldberg. Runner takes off for second, fouled away. He'll have to go back to first. Aiden Wirtz hopping back on the headset here. We've had some technical difficulties. You've been doing your best to clean it up for us.
I mean, that's all we can ask ourselves, right? Do the best. I know some of the camera switching things on here have been a bit tough, but Squatch up 1-0, so what can you complain about?
Exactly. It's been a good day so far, another beautiful night. As this one's a ground ball up the middle. Foyer can't handle the bad hop as it goes over his head. Torelli bobbles it a bit in center, and now 2-1 with nobody out for the Zap here in the top of the 4th.
Yeah, AJ, we're noticing some stuff. I think that the more cameras we got up in the standby position might be that is the issue. There's some ads that run pretty smoothly, but again, we'll keep doing the best we can for you fans at home, for you fans here in attendance who you watch the games later, of course. Sorry for the inconvenience of the little lags and glitches, but again, you get to hear AJ's beautiful voice, so not a terrible night here in Spearfish.
We try our best, get better every day.
That's the goal.
Here is Andrew Phillips with 2 on and nobody out. Squares to bunt. It's high for ball 1. But that last play, a hard ground ball to short, and Foyer sat back on it and caught the bad hop, and it flew over his head. So a couple of errors here in the 4th, put 2 on. Phillips walked his last at bat in the 2nd, squares to bunt, and fouls it away.
Well, AJ, you've seen you've seen him at shortstop make some really nice plays. Then earlier in the game, right, you see him try to corral a ball from Fort, not get it, but still throw a man out at home. So he's a great fielder. I think there's just times where I think maybe he gets a little bit of the yips. We've seen that. Obviously, he was great the first series over in Hastings, but just some issues here that he's cleaning up.
1-1. Called a strike on the outside corner. And he had a really good spring season as well.
He did.
Especially at the plate. Hit 228 with 18 RBIs, 18 runs. But, again, he's even said it himself. His glove has always been the biggest part of his game. It's just finding more of the bat to complement it. 1-2. Misses inside. Evens the count 2-2. A native of Houston, Texas. Plays at Southwestern University. And trying to keep 2 runners on here with nobody out. Even count 2-2. Phillips swings and misses for out number 1. Big strikeout for Luke. That's his 3rd tonight.
Yeah, it's a huge out right there for the Squatch. AJ, you got pretty close to some of the bullpen guys in the first series, right? I know Evan's been one of your guys. Tell me about your relationship with some of those players.
Yeah, I was really lucky to make that first road trip down to Hastings and got to hang out with a lot of the guys. Ground ball up the middle. Fort steps on the bag for 1. The throw to first is in time for the double play. Peyton Fort turns 2 up the middle and strands a couple of runners on and keeps the score 1-0. Tell you a little bit more here in the bottom half, Wirtzy, but a great play by Peyton Fort. He's been red hot on both sides of the ball these last few weeks.
Jet Rogers at Peak Family Chiropractic and Sports Performance. We all take different paths in life. That's why we utilize multiple different treatments here at Peak. Our main treatment is our high-level chiropractic adjustment, but we also emphasize the use of cupping, scraping, vibration massage, trigger point therapy, and active care to promote movement, strength, mobility, and most of all, pain relief. Why travel to multiple locations when you can have total wellness under one roof? Stop in today and let's get you to your peak.
New pitcher for Oahe is number 13, Austin Aroka. Plays for Bethany College. He's thrown 9 2/3. And as we found out earlier, he is mostly a pitcher, but he threw in Game 1 against the Sasquatch. So that's why he didn't get the start tonight. But comes out of the pen after Bryce Vanda Wastein. Good outing for him. Just the 1 run allowed on the solo shot from Kyle Finn. As we look at his official stat line, 3 innings, 3 hits, 1 run, 2 walks, and a strikeout.
Yeah, that ball off the bat of Finn. You kind of knew that one right away. That was a shot and a half.
P. Fort takes one inside for a ball. He's been swinging a hot bat, as we said earlier. He had a massive 3 games against Oahe last week, going 7 for 15 with 6 RBIs. And, I mean, over his last, I want to say 7 games, He's 15 for 29 over his last 6 games. Ground ball right side and just goes foul. Thought he might have kept it inside the first baseline. Austin. Yeah. But Wirtz, you asked me in the top of the inning about. I've been really lucky to have that first road trip down to Hastings with them, and got to know the guys pretty well. They were very welcoming, of course, and to be fair, and they've all said this as well, they were all in the same boat as me, trying to learn everybody's names and get to know each other. So we were all just kind of getting to know everyone and learn each other's names at the bare minimum, and then get to know each other a little more. And the road trips were fun. Got to play Mafia on the road on the drive there and back. And Fort at the plate was one of the guys who really opened up, especially once I got to know him a little bit more. And his story is great. I mean, he found out about Spearfish through Sam Kwapnoski. They didn't even go to school together, but they played summer ball together back in the day. And when Sam signed on with Spearfish, he contacted Peyton when he heard that he hit the transfer portal and said, hey, I'm going to play for the Sasquatch. You want to come out here with me? And Fort sent over his reel. Sam sent it to Justice Scott, and within the same day, Fort was a Spearfish Sasquatch member. Shoots one through the left side for a base hit, and his hit streak continues. I don't think there's anybody hotter in the Independence League than Peyton Fort right now.
Yeah, he's swinging some good wood right now. I'll tell you, it's always great hearing a wood bat.
It is.
You know, I love playing with my aluminums, with my composites, but hearing the crack of a wood bat, not a lot of things like it.
Especially with this. Again, we've said it multiple times, but the backdrop, the sun's going down, smell of hot dogs here in the ballpark. Runner takes out for second. The throw down goes wide, and Peyton Fort has a stolen base. Well, not only has he been swinging a hot bat, but he's got some speed out there. Peyton Fort, and that's his 5th stolen base of the year. Here's Ben Foyer, the shortstop. He's made that nice play at short to cut down the runner at the plate to keep this one scoreless. As we said, I think the runner thought that it went wide and got into left field, but Foyer was able to get a glove on it and caught that runner going from second to home. Quick timeout as the conversation lasts no longer than 2 seconds.
Yeah, I'd say it's probably the most logical thing. He probably thought it went into the outfield, heard somebody yell it. It could have been a deke out from one of the infielders. You could have said, but great play there, obviously, from him.
Foyer ready at the plate. Austin comes set at the belt. Here's the 1-0. And one thing about Austin, he definitely comes from a lower arm slot.
Yeah.
A little more sidearm than over the top, but not quite so far underneath that he's considered submarine or anything. But definitely a different arm slot compared to Bryce, who also throws from the left side. 2-0. Drops in for ball 3. Just missed the top of the zone.
Speaking of submarines, I was watching a documentary the other day. I know we were talking to you and Bennett, one of the host family kids, about it. The Ocean Gate Titan. That was a pretty interesting one. So
yeah, I'm sure that's an interesting story to learn more about.
Tell me about it. Yeah, guy's name was Stockton Rush. Apparently, pretty self-centered. You know, a lot of money. Wanted to go explore the oceans, but didn't explore them for long.
Yeah. Well, unfortunate events. What was that? A couple years ago now?
Sent the internet into a frenzy.
Yeah. High chopper to the right side, squeaks into right field, and Ben Foyer has a base hit.
Next at bat, number 5, Nicholas Wirtz.
You want to talk about something that hasn't been lasting long? It's Ben Foyer's slump.
Yep.
He was kind of struggling at the plate, but back-to-back singles tonight. And he has runners on the corners for Nick Work, who walked his last time up. Now we saw Foyer take off for second in the second inning. to get into scoring position. And I wouldn't be surprised to see if that happens here.
Seems like a pretty logical idea. No outs. That's the goal probably for the Squatch.
Especially with runners on the corners. I think the Zapper thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
Nick Work trying to make an impact here in this ball game. Here's the 0-1. Ground ball left side and through for a base hit. Hugged the third base line. Fort scores. Foyer has third and Nick Work has an RBI double.
Nice little Mario sound for the run coming around. Squatch up 2-0. AJ, nice start for them so far. I mean, it's just the fourth inning right now, but really nice piece of hitting right there. Just kind of take it down the line, do what you can with it, throw your hands at it.
Just kept it fair right over the bag. Good attempt there from the third baseman, Ty Farwell, but just got by him. Fort scores. Foyer goes first to third, and Nick Work has an RBI double. Brings up Lucas Torelli at the top of the order. First pitch finds the inner part of the plate for strike one. And the offense, I mean, we talked about it coming into the game, that it's been red hot. I mean, the power's been there. The timely hitting has become more apparent. But also the pitching staff has started to pick up things as well. A lot fewer free bases. The defense has been getting better. A couple of errors tonight, but those numbers have gone down as well. And overall, as the summer has gone on, the team has gotten better as the first half is coming to a close here pretty soon. And it looks like, based on the standings right now, Hastings is the clear runaway favorite for the first half. Well, that's why we have two halves here in Independence League Baseball. If you don't play well the first half but dominate the second, you still make the playoffs. 1-2, tapper to the right side. Second baseman charges, flips to first for the out. But Foyer comes in to score. Lucas Torelli picks up an RBI.
Yeah, AJ, that's kind of the beauty of this league. I don't think I really understood that concept, honestly, until probably the first or second week in here. I was talking with some of the players. They were like, well, wait, you're saying we could lose every single game in the first half and still make it? Yeah. I mean, you can't do that in any other sport. You know, you can't go 0-8 in football and then 8-0 in the next one and go 8-8 and get a first-round bye. You might make a wild card, you know, but the point is you're not doing that. And so the IBL's got something special here for summer ball, and it's weird for sure. It's definitely a little bit odd probably than some players have had, but definitely a cool experience.
Well, it also just kind of makes sense with summer ball because so many guys are coming in late. Some guys are going to be leaving in the second half. So having the two halves, and if a team maybe doesn't have as many guys on their lineup in the first half compared to the second, just gives them more of a chance to continue to play ball later into the summer and continue to have fans out in the ballpark and have something to cheer about.
Yeah.
Wraithers behind the count, 1-2. Austin Orocho trying to limit the damage, just 2 runs here in the fourth. Fouled away. Big gap up the middle and to the right of second base, with Trey Runge playing more towards first base and in shallow right than his normal position. Quite the pull shift on for the catcher. The 1-2. Got him. And Rather is aboard by the hit by pitch. That puts runners on the corners again for the slugger, Kyle Finn. Hit his third home run of the season, his last time up. And it was an absolute rocket. Might have cleared the parking lot out there and left.
Certainly came close. Yeah, that ball, I mean, right off the bat, you knew it. You really did. It's a beautiful sound.
First pitch fouls it off. Trying to make it back to back.
Wouldn't that be sweet? I'll take a Squatch, Buck. You get something free at the concession stand, I think.
Ooh, I need some food. I'm hungry.
Kyle, can you hit a foul ball right through this small window here?
Yeah. Go get me a Squatch dog.
Right?
Breaking ball just misses. Had some nasty break on that one.
Really did, yeah. Definitely took some speed off that guy. Just landed it right outside the plate right there. Couldn't quite catch the zone.
Pulled foul. We've talked about Finn's bat, especially his batting stance, and he doesn't spend a lot of time in the zone, but when he gets a hold of it, boy, it goes a long way.
Right.
He sacrifices that wiggle room in the strike zone for more power.
That he does.
And it's worked out for him. First and third, one down. With Carson Rather on first, the catcher. Don't really know if he's got much speed. Just his first appearance in front of the home crowd. See if head coach Justice Scott's still in that aggressive mode. Finn fouls it off. Just got a piece of it to stay alive.
Oh, I used to love those chants in the dugout. We used to yell at the Bee Gees staying alive for those. And we used to yell out the Ozzy Osbourne Crazy Train. We yell out like good eye, because that's kind of what the intro was. Oh. Good times. Good times.
Good memories.
Good memories.
It is summertime.
Right, it is.
Here's the 1-2. Lifted foul.
Brings up another good point, AJ. Dugout-wise, were you loud? Were you quiet? Were you supportive? Were you criticizing?
I was, when I was down in Hastings, I was definitely one of the guys joining in the chirps.
Yeah.
The first day I was a little bit quieter, just focused on taking photos and meeting the guys. But, yeah, those last couple of days, I joined right in with the chirps, and it was a good time. It felt good to get some of those in. Haven't played ball in a while, so
yeah,
had some fun being on that front step, that top step, and being able to cheer on the guys down in Hastings that first week. Even count 2-2. Finn fouls it off his front leg, and he's going to take a moment to walk that one off. Despite the old school mindset and the no batting glove, still does have that shin guard and the elbow guard, and very happy he has the shin guard on this time.
Yep. You wear anything? I mean, obviously, probably some gloves.
Yeah, I had batting gloves, and I had we call it a thumb thing, and you just kind of stuck it on your thumb and then put a little padding.
Sure.
But that was about it. Just a regular helmet, some cleats.
Yep.
Wore the short pants.
Yeah.
I like to get dirty.
You wore the long socks?
Yep, long socks, short pants.
Nice.
No undershirt. Yeah, no, I was. Yeah, there wasn't a whole lot of protective gear.
Sometimes that's the way it is.
Exactly. If you want to get dirty, you got to really want it.
You got to really want it.
2-2. Off speed, misses high. Nearly broke back to the top of the zone. Full count, one down. Big gap to the right side with the second baseman playing almost right up the middle. Trey Runge trying to cover anything. Pulled her up the middle. 3-2. Runner takes off for second. It's ball four. Good at bat from Finn. Fouled off a lot of pitches. And gets the bases loaded for Aaron Neals. I'm going to ask you the same question, Werty.
Please.
Did you wear a whole lot of protective gear when you were playing ball?
Let's see. My loadout was probably just batting gloves. I don't think I had any guards. I was always jealous of the people that had like the Evo shields in the field. But yeah, I was just gloves. For one season, my dad didn't want to buy me. Well, he wanted to buy me baseball gloves, but they were a bit expensive, so I just wore football gloves.
Hey, that works.
It works. Yeah, I mean, whatever you got to do, right? So
this one's popped up to the right side. It will keep going, and out of room is the first baseman, Quinn Ludvigsen. Now the real hitters were the ones that wore the work gloves. That's batting gloves.
Yeah.
They had those blue work gloves, or the ones that had a whole lot of grip on them.
Right.
They weren't really meant. They gave you a whole lot more grip than batting gloves.
Yeah.
But those were the kids that you knew could rank.
Right.
Off speed,
Oh, yeah.
driven out to deep left center, giving chase is Phillips in front of the warning track. It is Carril who makes the catch. Both runners tag up and advance, and Foyer will score. Excuse me, that's Nick Work who scores from third. And an RBI sac fly from Aaron Niels gives the Squatch a 4-0 lead.
Doing your job. Just doing your job, you know. Wanted that one to get about 20 feet further, but honestly, you put one out there, you get another runner in. 4-0 right here in the fourth for Squatch, 3 in this inning. Pretty happy about that.
Gave it a ride, but Emiliano Curiel was able to track it down out there and left. Here's Sam Kwapnoski. Couple of flyouts. First pitch driven out to deep right, but that one is way foul.
Whoa.
Boy, he pulled that thing a mile.
That ball had a little motor on it, didn't it?
Yeah. He said he's been itching to get one out here in front of the home crowd.
Yeah.
Had his first 2 home runs of the season out in Pier. Trying to do it in front of the home crowd.
Itch a little more, you might have it.
Yeah. Here's the 0-1. Top of the zone, called a strike. And I was asking Sam, is the field smaller out there? Is that why you were able to get him? He's like, no, it's actually bigger. So if anything, we should be hitting him out here more than anywhere else. The 0-2. Lifted out to deep left center, giving chase on the warning track. It bounces off the wall. Finn around third. The throw will be cut off. And Sam Kwapnoski, an RBI double. And Spearfish lead it 6-0 here in the fourth.
Not the home run he wanted, but, I mean, again, you put 2 runs in, yeah, you'll take that all day. Sam's a great person, great hitter, man. He's got a beautiful swing.
He does.
Beautiful swing.
And he came off a phenomenal spring season, which I hadn't really looked at his numbers at the beginning of the year, but, I mean, his 2025 season, after he transferred to Doane for his first year, hit .433 with 52 RBIs and 14 home runs. Ground ball left side and through for a base hit. Chase Scott's aboard. Kwapnoski around third. He will score. RBI single for Chase Scott. And the Squatch are blowing it open here in the fourth.
Again, I mean, you're just doing your job. Chase Scott had a little, I wouldn't say a tough start to the season, but definitely started picking it up. You know, in batting practice, you could tell before the games he was getting a bit frustrated. Finally started picking up that front leg and getting a better load on him. And now he's been one of the better hitters probably in the past couple of weeks, just at least putting the bat to ball. You know, he had that one really weird incident where he had that RBI off that ball that got thrown in and hit off the bat near home plate.
That was the weirdest thing I've
whatever
ever
you want to count that as.
Yeah. Technically, it goes down as an RBI. But
you're right.
Boy, that thing, that was a weird play. But it looks like Austin Orozco, his night will be done as the Squatch lead it 7-0. New pitcher for Oahe is number 35. We'll get a name for you here in a second once we find him. But a huge fourth inning, 6 runs on the board, and the new pitcher will be Nick Golden, the pitcher from American River College. Well, just to recap this fourth inning so far for you. Peyton Fort led it off with a base hit. Then Ben Foyer had a base hit. Then Nick Work drove in Peyton Fort with a double. And then Carson Rather was hit by a pitch. Kyle Finn walked. Aaron Niels had a sac fly to left. Kwapnoski a double. Chase Scott a single. 7-0 here in the fourth, and we're not done yet. New pitcher is Golden for Oahe. When we come back, we'll have the rest. You're watching the Zap and the Squatch live on YouTube.
And we have a pitching change for the Oahe Zap. Number 35, Nick Golden.
2.
7-0 Sasquatch, and they've hit around here as Peyton Fort steps up to the plate for his second at-bat of the 4th inning. He led things off with a base hit, stole a base, and came around to score on the, I believe that was the Kyle Finn walk, or maybe it was the Aaron Neal sac fly. I don't know. It's hard to keep track of a busy inning like it has been here in the 4th. And Oahe put up a pretty good fight when they were at home. They took one from the Squatch in Game 2, and they were actually up before the rain delay last night, 4-2. We'll finish that game tomorrow starting at 4. And as we talked about with the Oahe announcer when he came up here, it's kind of a slow start getting the wheels turning, knocking some rust off, getting to know the guys. And everything's improved as they've gone along. It's just that this Sasquatch team is built for the playoffs. This one's roped to left, going back on the warning track, leaping up and making a great play out there is Emiliano Curiel, but not before the Squatch hangs 6 in the bottom of the 4th. They lead it 7-0 as we head to the 5th.
I wanna shout out to the world so they know my sweet baby loves me so. She got me going, yeah, she turns me on. And she loves me, yeah, she loves me, and it blows my mind.
Hey, nice try.
Yeah, it blows my mind.
7-0 Squatch as we head to the 5th. Evan Luke back out for another inning of work after a massive 6-run 4th. Leading things off for the Zap is the leadoff hitter Gavin Frazier. This one's poked foul. Yeah, it's been all Sasquatch here, especially in the 4th. The Zap have had plenty of opportunities, a bases loaded chance. They've had runners on, but have not been able to poke anybody home. Evan Luke has been great on the mound once he's gotten runners on. He struggled with giving up hits, though, and putting them on the base paths. The 1-2. Shallow shot to right. Leaping is Fort, but he can't get there. And it's a leadoff single for Gavin Frazier.
It's like the epitome of just kind of throwing your bat at it and putting it out there. You know, just give yourself a shot there. Nice piece of hitting for the Zap. Obviously a tough inning to follow up with Spearfish grabbing 6 in the last one, but game's not over.
Nope, not over till it's over. That's what the great Yogi Berra said. Mason Lang digs in, takes a strike on the outer part of the plate. It's going to take a lot to chip away at this lead. Luke checks on the runner at first. But as we talked about before we got cut off there in the bottom of the 4th, the Zap they've been turning things around, and they played the Squatch pretty close the last couple of games. I mean, the Squatch won the first one pretty handily, 15-3, but then a 7-5 loss to the Zap, and then took care of business 11-3. But right now, technically, they're still in the middle of that 4th game, down 4-2.
Yeah.
See if tomorrow's a different story with the Zap leading that one. I mean, it's kind of a weird situation. You're starting that game in the middle. Runner takes off for second way early, no throw. And Gavin Frazier has a stolen base. He had a heck of a jump. I mean, he was halfway to second before Luke even threw the ball. The 2-1. Swing and a miss. Evens the count 2-2. Nasty off-speed pitch there from Evan. But when you look at, I mean, just with how close the games have been and how Oahe has been trying to battle back, you got to think that they're just a couple games away from figuring a couple of things out and getting back on track. Upstairs for ball 3. And Evan's starting to get a little frustrated with himself. You can see that every time he misses high, he gets frustrated. Trying to find the zone here in a full count with nobody out and a runner in scoring position. That hits him. Mason Lang is aboard. That puts 2 on for Vince Polizzi, the designated hitter. A couple of flyouts today. Polizzi this season is hitting .318 with a .467 on base in 8 games. Luke will check on Frazier on second. A couple of guys up and moving around in the bullpen. This one's flip foul.
Yeah, Polizzi's got some power. He played for the Zap last year, had a couple of games last year where he actually had multi-game home runs or multiple home runs in the same game. But plays at Loris. Both my parents went to Loris, so that's a little
shout out,
a little fun fact for you. But Dewhawks.
Daniel Rogers, a legend over there at Loris.
Yeah.
Ground ball to short. Foyer picks it up on the short hop, flips to second. The throw to first is in time. Another double play turned by the middle infield as they continue to flash the leather. Great play by Foyer. Almost had to lay out for it on the short hop as it kind of ate him up. Flips to Fort and the strong throw to Finn at first. And now Luke just an out away from stranding another runner on the base paths.
You got to feel good if you're Evan right now.
Oh, for sure.
Kind of getting frustrated with yourself, putting a runner on first and second, getting a double play to get out of it, and now you just get one more out and you're gone.
Here's Ty Farwell. Walked in the second and then reached on error in the third. And we've talked about how good Foyer and Fort have been up the middle as they continue to have great plays defensively. I mean, they'll have their errors here and there, but more often than not, their defense has been great. And Peyton Fort swinging the hot bat. Ben Foyer's got a couple of base hits tonight. The 2-0. Misses low and in for ball 3.
Well, I mean, you know, the errors, they'll come and go, obviously. When we talk about summer ball, we're talking about players coming in and out every single week. So that chemistry has to be forged, and it's not always easy, especially when you got different players playing certain positions every other game.
I mean, Nick Work has moved over and played shortstop and second base. Peyton Fort's played third base a little bit.
Yeah.
Wilson Kiefer looked like he was going to be the starting third baseman until he got hurt in that first home series. Talked with him a little bit, said he's starting to get better, but obviously still has a couple of weeks left before he's 100%. That one skips away for ball 4. Runner breaks from third. No throw from Rather, and the Zap get their first run of the ball game. Farwell walks, and the run scores on the wild pitch, and Justice Scott looks like he's going to make the call. And Evan Luke's day is most likely done. Solid outing. Certainly he wanted more. But the hits started to rack up. I let up a few free bases, 3 walks and 3 strikeouts and 5 hits. It actually looks like Justice Scott's going to leave him out there.
I think he probably wants to finish that inning pretty
I'm
badly.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I'm sure Evan was like, there's no way. You don't let me finish this inning.
Yeah.
Knows that he's been struggling, but wants to try and end it on a high note. And it looks like the trainers are coming out on the field. They're looking like they're going to go across and check out somebody in the Zap dugout. Trying to look down there. Can't really see into the Oahe dugout. Hopefully everyone's all right, but give you updates if we hear any. Here is Quinn Ludvigsen. First pitch. Finds the zone for a strike, and Evan Luke starting to reach back a little more, knowing this is probably his last batter of the night. Ludvigsen tonight. Ground into a fielder's choice in the second. Was able to get around to third, but was stopped there. And then lined out to short in the third. Even count 1-1. In the dirt ball, too.
Yeah, AJ, you're right. You could definitely see Evan probably bringing in a little bit more here. Last couple of pitches for him. Hoping to get out of it just one run. Again, not a bad job when you got runners on first and second, no outs. You get saved by your infield. It's a pretty nice feeling for a pitcher for sure.
Upstairs for ball 3. I wouldn't say he's rushing himself, but he's definitely in his head a little bit more.
Yeah.
You can see that after pitches that he thinks he should have or would like to locate better, he's kind of beating himself up a little bit. Here's the 3-1. Inside for ball 4 and back-to-back free bases. Brings up Trey Runge, and now Justice Scott's going to pop out of the dugout again. And, yep, now he's going to make the move. Evan Luke couldn't get out of the fifth, but a great job. 4 2/3. Did allow 5 hits and 4 walks, picked up 3 strikeouts, and only allowed 1 run. Again, a lot of opportunities for the Zap. We're able to hit him up and get on base, but Evan Luke was able to keep him stranded and put his team in a good chance to win this ball game. New pitcher, looks like it'll be Tyler Russ. We'll introduce him when we come back as Evan Luke receives a standing O for his phenomenal outing tonight. 7-1 Squatch, new pitcher, coming up next.
And we have a pitching change for the Sasquatch. Number 9, Tyler Russ.
Do you know the locals' choice for gaming excitement? It's the Lodge at Deadwood Gaming Resort. With new games arriving every month, our selection of slot machines is the freshest in town. You can always find a game with our card tables open 24 hours a day. And parking is free and easy at the Lodge, with the area's largest free parking only steps away from our front door. Enjoy spacious and comfortable gaming at the Lodge at Deadwood, the locals' choice.
New pitcher for the Sasquatch is the 6-foot freshman from Ashburn, Virginia. Tyler Russ attends the U.S. Air Force Academy. Throws a fastball around 86 to 88, a slider, and a curveball. And he has a really cool story. Not only does he, of course, attend the Air Force Academy, but his entire family actually graduated from there. His sister Mac just graduated from there a few weeks ago, was a 4-year letter winner on the volleyball team. He said that's the main reason why he came out a little bit later, because he wanted to watch his sister graduate from the Air Force. His parents both graduated there. His dad actually played for the Denver Broncos and coached in the NFL. He is now currently on the football staff at Air Force. A long lineage. His mom graduated from there. His grandparents were both a part of the military forces. And he said when he graduates, he hopes to fly as well. He said his dream plane to fly would be an F-15E Strike Eagle. And I looked it up because, of course, I didn't know what it was off the top of my head.
Right.
Yeah, it looks really cool.
Pretty sweet.
If I went to the Air Force, yeah, I'd want to fly that thing too. Like, it looks really cool.
Yeah. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah. And he said he can only be out here this summer for 3 weeks because he's got to go back for training camp and get put through the ringer. Of course, being in the military forces, don't have too many days off. And he said he had 3 weeks of a break before he had to go back to training, and he decided to spend out here in Spearfish. Continue to develop. He redshirted his true freshman year, so didn't get any chances to throw, but as he thinks that if he can really put together a good 3 weeks here in Spearfish, he can get a lot more chances and continue to develop his pitches, and wants to, of course, play baseball as long as he can, but ultimately the goal is to serve in the Air Force and fight for his country.
Have a little mound meeting now. It'd be pretty fun to fly a plane. It'd be pretty sweet.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if I could fly a plane. I'm trying to think. Would I rather fly a plane or like do something else, like, you know, be the conductor of a train? Plane would be cooler.
Yeah.
How about like a spaceship?
Ooh.
Yeah.
I mean, do you really fly those?
I guess you don't really. You're in them.
Yeah,
you know?
you're in them. You don't really. I mean, I guess coming back, you might fly it a little bit more.
Might direct it, but
yeah.
Yeah. Little space capsule.
You'd be a part of the Space Force if you wanted.
You could. You could.
Protect our space. Here's the 1-2. Curveball drops in for strike 3. Nasty curveball from Tyler Russ, and you can see the massive smile as he comes off the mound. And he leaves the runner stranded. What a pitch from Tyler Russ. Wow. I mean, that thing started at his face and dropped in belt high for strike 3. 7-1 Squatch as we head to the home half.
Stay informed and empowered at Ivy Family Dentistry, where we guide you to make the best decisions for your dental care and needs.
We're all going somewhere. Going higher, faster, farther. Going in new directions, to new places. At Monument Health, we keep going so you can keep going. We're dedicated to advanced orthopedic care with the latest innovations, technology, expertise, and treatment. So keep exploring, keep making memories, keep going with Monument Health as your partner. Learn more at monument.health/orthopedics.
Commercial law, general litigation, employment law, estate planning, property law, family law, and criminal law. Modern Woodmen of America offers financial services and fraternal member benefits to individuals and families. Serving Spearfish, find Rodney and Michael online at modernwoodmen.org to start the conversation. Up and back, number 3, Ben.
2.
Leading things off for the Squatch is the shortstop, Ben Foyer. He's had a good night. A couple of singles. He scored his last time up in the fourth. And he'll lead things off here against the new pitcher that came in to close out the fourth inning, Nick Golden, wearing number 35, another lefty for the Zap. Golden plays for American River College. He's thrown just one inning. And the number is cut off after that, so can't really tell you much more.
That's all he's ever thrown, actually. This is his second inning ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all you need to know.
He's never played baseball before.
Yeah,
actually.
nope, never, not at all.
No, yeah, I mean, it's funny. Some of these guys have crazy extensive stats. Some of them have one stat, and then it's like a fourth-grade huddle highlight, you know? Like, there's not a whole lot to find on some of these guys, but AJ's doing some of the best work I've seen, creating some of the probably most extensive game notes, I'd say.
I try my best. It's not always easy to find stuff on guys that, that play community college. Obviously, it's a great route, but sometimes the websites don't have everything you need. Here's a ground ball to the right side. Second baseman charges, throws to first in time to get Foyer for out number one. But also, that's like the beauty of summer ball, right? You get to see guys that maybe didn't get a ton of playing time, and all of a sudden they turn into a star in summer league, and then they get more chances when they go back to their schools in the fall.
Yeah.
And it can really change the trajectory of a lot of these guys' tracks through baseball. I mean, take a look at a guy like Kyle Finn.
Yeah.
He didn't get recruited out of high school. He went to San Diego State just to study, mostly due to COVID, but also he didn't really know if he wanted to play baseball in college. Then he missed it, so decided to hit the road and go the JUCO route, played a year, then decided, nope, I don't want to play. Went back to San Diego State and played a season of club ball. Now, club ball is still very competitive, especially at the Division I level, but obviously it's not collegiate baseball.
Right.
But he absolutely raked at the club ball level, led the entire country in a lot of statistical categories, and he's been jumping around from JUCO college since then, but he's continued to put up big numbers, and he's going to finish off his collegiate career at Georgia Gwinnett with Peyton Ford this next spring. But it's just, and he credits, of course, Spearfish. This is his second year. Played for head coach Justice Scott at Saracoso for a year and continued to fall back in love with the game, get better, and he's been one of the best bats in this league this summer. Here's a high fly ball to center. Phillips giving chase. He'll make the catch for out number two. Nick Work flies out and turns the lineup over to Lucas Torelli at the top. Another similar story in Lucas Torelli. This is his first season in Spearfish, but he also was not highly recruited out of high school, but decided to go the JUCO route, went to East Central College, and then transferred to Eastern New Mexico University, and is now back in the transfer portal for his grad year, for his his fifth year, and he's been getting looked at by a lot of Division I colleges just because of how much the college levels have developed him, and he just continued to play ball, and now he's lined himself up to go play for a pretty good school. Here's the 1-0. Away for ball two. Wind's starting to pick up here in Spearfish as some dark and gloomy clouds start to roll in. It is Friday the 13th, but we're trying to get this game in. The 2-0. Pulled foul.
Yeah, that wouldn't be super fun if they had two rainouts and tried to make up two games.
Oh, boy.
As you mentioned, AJ, they're already making up part of the last game over in Oahe and Pierre. They'll have that at 4:05 tomorrow, and then they'll have another game. So not a doubleheader technically, but be playing, close to 13 innings or
something around
like
there.
That? Yeah.
Catches the outer part of the plate, 2-2. Torelli struggled today, 0 for 2, a strikeout, a ground out, and walked in the first. So he has been aboard. Trying to get in the hit column here Even count 2-2. Carson Rather on deck if we get there. Poked left side down the line, but foul and caught in the Oahe bullpen. Nice play by whoever is warming up down there.
Go get yourself a Squatch book.
Tell Meg to get on the mic.
Yeah, right. Tell the
Go get your Squatch book.
Tell the pitcher over there. Yeah. Hey man, when you come in,
No, we wouldn't give him one.
we'll throw you some Sour Patch or something if you want it.
Wrong jersey. Sorry, bud.
Wrong jersey.
The 2-2. This one's lifted out to deep left, giving chase, and it is off the wall. Torelli has second, a 2-out double as he bangs it off the left field wall. Torelli starting to heat up with the bat. That one inside out swing, but just able to poke it over the left fielder's head and hit the wooden fencing out there.
Yeah, that left fielder was definitely not playing by the rules of the outfield. You know, work your way in. He was definitely working his way out. Pretty hard there.
Yeah, would have been a tough play to make.
That it would have been.
Here's Carson Rather, the catcher, with a runner in scoring position and 2 down. First pitch line to left. It'll be cut by Curiel. Didn't have to go as far for that one, but Lucas Torelli has a 2-out double. And we stay 7-1 here as we head to the 6th inning.
Are you guys ready to begin? Ready, set, go! Oh, seems like we have a winner. Almost. Maybe get close. Maybe not. I think we have a clear winner here. We're not out of the rules, but I think we have a winner. I think the boys got that one. Give a round of applause for our players tonight. That's toilet paper. Need a lucky 13 cup. I'm coming down. Yeah.
Connor Goldberg to lead things off for the Zap, down by 6 here in the 6th inning as we get things started. Tyler Russ back out on the mound for another inning of work. Ethan Mooser checks in and left for Aaron Niels. His night is done. That's the only defensive move. Another curveball from Russ drops in for a strike. That thing is just disgusting.
Yeah.
And we talked about it a little bit off air about his release. He almost holds it above his ear and then comes down straight over the top as this one's lifted to center. Torelli starts back and makes the catch for out number 1.
Nice easy jog right there for Torelli. Nothing too crazy, but yeah, AJ, you're exactly right. He brings it like right over the top.
Yeah. And it's a little bit more, I dare to say, normal than necessarily like a sidearm or submarine or a different arm slot.
Right.
But so over the top that it, like you talked about, his curveball is more 12-6 and it can have that nasty drop.
Yeah.
And he must have some funky spin on it. Because, yeah, there's another curveball and Rather couldn't corral it.
And then he'll lick each one of his fingers after he gets the ball back. I don't know if you noticed that.
Getting some extra grip.
Or some extra flavor. One of the two.
That one floats inside, evens the count 1-1.
See if he does it again. There it is. Yep. Cheeto dust.
Just likes the taste of clay.
Yeah. Those seeds have some residue on them.
Yeah. 1-1. Misses away. And he said his fastball sits around 86, 88, but I don't know about you, but it looks like it's coming in a little bit harder than that.
It's definitely coming in pretty hard. It might be on that like 88, 89 right there.
The 2-1.
Oh.
Another curveball. That one just misses outside for ball 3.
You can see it move, though, man.
Yeah. And it breaks late, too.
It does. It breaks real late, yeah.
It has the same trajectory as the fastball, but it breaks so late. It's just impossible to hit. 3-1. Called a strike on the inner part of the plate.
He's very meticulous. Every single delivery and every single time he gets the ball is very much the same. So that's good in terms of kind of mixing up pitches and not letting me know.
Fouls it off. Upstairs with a fastball. Man, just got a piece of it.
It hit the knob of the bat, or it hit his hand?
It sounded like it hit almost his hand.
That's what he's shaking off right now. He might have just swung and hit him. Wasn't a bad pitch, though. It just,
Yeah, he's like flexing his hand, trying to get feeling back into it.
Yeah. 89 off the old knuckles is not too fun.
No, it is not. Another full count. Breaking ball misses low for ball 4, and Tyler Russ allows a free base to Andrew Phillips. Here's Emiliano Curiel, a strikeout and grounded into a double play earlier tonight. Oahe trying to chip away at this Spearfish lead as they trail 7-1. Runner takes off for second, squares to bunt. The throw down from Rather just skips away from Fort.
That looked real nice for a second.
Boy, it did.
Couldn't tell if that thing bounced or if it just popped out of his glove, but yeah.
Definitely had a chance to get him, but
yeah, he did.
Might have gotten the heel of Fort's glove or just bounced off, but good throw there from Rather. Didn't get a whole lot of playing time in the spring. Snap behind a senior who he credits. He learned a lot from this last year in his first year at Miami of Ohio. He said it was great to be able to sit behind a veteran catcher that's been around the community. Taught him a lot about the work-life balance of baseball.
Yeah, which I don't know how it is now. Obviously, you and I both just play travel, right?
Yeah.
I mean, travel ball in the summer, there's no real balance there.
No, it's all baseball.
You're on for a while, and the days you're off, you're tired, and so you go back to the on days, and it's back and forth all the time.
Very similar this summer with these guys.
Oh, yeah.
That one's away for ball 2. And it's honestly, I mean, I think you play more games in the spring, but you have fewer off days in the summer just because you're trying to fit in so many games in just 3 months.
Yeah, and for the guys who are here all summer and playing a lot, I mean, they're playing, 90% of their summer days.
Yeah. There are not a whole lot of off days.
No, there are not. Oh, that's nice.
Another curveball that drops in. Boy, and Oahe is out of the dugout and screaming. And the umpire's going to give him a warning. Oh, and he throws him out. The Zap head coach, Jamie Hayberg, has been tossed, and he is screaming at the home plate umpire about Tyler Russ's curveball. And Hayberg's been tossed. He gave him one warning, kept coming at him, and the home plate umpire said, "You're done." That last pitch looked nasty, and it looked like it dropped into the zone. But the Oahe bench immediately was all over the home plate umpire. And, yeah, he grabbed his bags, and he's on his way to the bus.
Well, I guess get the heat going early in there, the AC. Play some fun music over there in the old vehicle, but Yeah, maybe a bit low for their liking, that last pitch.
Here's the 2-1. Swing and a miss. Evens the count, 2-2.
No argument on that one. That's just got nothing but the wind.
I mean, I haven't been able to see it perfectly from the outfield angle yet, but it's looked like it's dropped into the zone. Of course, it looks like it's coming in high, but it's dropped back into the zone pretty well with how nasty that curveball has been spinning. Even count, 2-2. Runner takes off for third. Swing and a miss. Strikeout. The throw down to third is high. Work books the tag on, but he gets in there safely.
Here, AJ, I got the little instant replay here on the YouTube. So,
And
I don't
he
know.
went Okay, so he went around.
So they called him on the go-around. Is that what they were saying?
Hey, I'd assume so.
Because if he called him there, then yeah, it's a strike. If maybe they thought he didn't go around and it was a ball.
It looked like he went around on that angle.
Right.
For sure.
Right.
But nonetheless, the head coach, Jamie Haberg's been tossed, and the Squatch still lead it by 6. Top of the order is Gavin Frazier with a runner on 3rd and 2 down. Good snap throw from Rather. The throw was high. Work tried his best, but couldn't get it to go. There's a strike called. Another nasty curveball from Russ. If it's on, it's on, and you just got to keep throwing it. It's almost impossible to hit with how much break it has. There's a fastball top of the zone just missing. Phillips is dancing around over there at third, but Russ isn't even giving him a look. Really no need to, up by 6. If he takes off for the plate, so be it. Curveball, nasty swing and a miss. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Tyler Russ is in his bag tonight, 1-2.
That's nice, man. That is nice.
Trying to close out the inning. The 1-2. Missing low. Went back to the curveball. Frazier today has a couple of singles. Inside, ball 3. Full count, 2 down here in the top of the 6th. 7-1 Sasquatch. Tyler Russ trying to keep that runner on third. He is stomping around down the third base line, but Russ does not care. Here's the 3-2. Strike 3 called. Tyler Russ. His curveball is not to be reckoned with. 7-1 Squatch as we head to the home half.
With advanced orthopedic care, technology, innovations, and treatment. So keep exploring, keep making memories, keep going with Monument Health as your partner. Nick Golden back out for another inning of work. He's gone an inning and a third, allowed 1 hit, and that's it. Has not picked up a walk or a strikeout or a run for that matter. But here's Kyle Finn, the slugging leader in the Independence League right now. Had a home run
back in the third, walked and scored in the fourth. First pitch drops in for a strike. We talked about Kyle's story earlier about how he played club ball and fell back in love with the sport, and now he's having one last chance, one last go around with the sport next spring at Georgia Gwinnett. Been a true journeyman, and he's packed on a lot of power.
That he has.
He's been swinging a hot bat. He's got 3 home runs this season, also leads the Independence League. He's been exactly what the doctor has ordered in the heart of this lineup. 0-2. Swing and a miss, and down he goes on 3 straight pitches from Nick Golden.
Moose will be coming up here. AJ, you were just you were with him earlier today.
I was, yeah. He got a little NIL deal, asked for some photos. So
Nice.
Yeah, he's working with Able.
Able.
Yep, AYBL, I believe.
Okay.
It's a sports clothing brand, so
Nice.
you got a deal with them.
Very cool.
Took some photos for him.
Went pretty well, that little photo shoot.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Some of the guys showed up, too. Brian Young and Will Furry, Chase Scott were all there.
Nice.
They were having some fun.
I bet they were.
Hot shot to the second baseman. Down to a knee and shallow right. The throw to first is picked up by the first baseman. Quinn Ludvigsen with a great pick at first to get Ethan Mooser.
Well, the beauty of having a YouTube broadcast that has a lot of latency to it is we're about to put on half speed and watch this instant replay for you guys.
And we'll give you we'll see what we see here. There's a hot shot. I mean, the second baseman had to go down to a knee and shallow right just to stop it.
Yeah, I made this really slow, but let's see. We'll tell you guys what we think here.
Sam Kwapnowski comes to the plate.
I'll pause this and we'll go back to it after this pitch.
High fly ball to center. Over is Phillips, and left center makes the catch for out number 3. The Squatch go down in order, and a perfect 6th inning for Nick Golden. As we head to the 7th, the Squatch lead it 7-1.
We have a pitching change for the Spearfish Sasquatch. Number 25, Jonathan Neal.
New pitcher for the Sasquatch is the senior right-handed pitcher from Las Vegas, Nevada, Jonathan Neal, also known as JJ in the dugout. Played at Emmanuel University and is making his first appearance of the season. Just got in a little bit ago. Was also ran into him at the gym this morning when doing the Ethan Mooser photo shoot. And he is out for his first inning of work for the Spearfish Sasquatch. And he will face Mason Lang, Vince Polizzi, and Ty Farwell. 2, 3, and 4 for the Zap. And they trail 7-1. The head coach for the Zap was tossed after arguing balls and strikes. Actually, when we look back at the replay, it looked like he was more arguing the check swing.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, he's on the bus right now, waiting for this game to finish up.
So he's JJ and you're AJ. Jonathan something, you're Adam something.
Should we keep that a secret for people at home, or do I just?
Well, I know you got two. I always forget the one that's probably more easy to remember, honestly. But it's okay. Starts with J. Yours starts with J. Is it also John?
Nope.
It's Jeremy.
Nope.
Jack. Is it a traditional name?
Yeah, yep, pretty traditional.
Okay. Jim.
Nope, not quite.
Jimmy. Jim Bob.
No.
This is funny. Samson's following his player back to the dugout.
I think he's going to throw hands with him.
He probably might.
That one's way outside from Neil, 2-0.
J. Why can't I think of this? You just told to me or told the group, 10 days ago. Adam.
Samson's going all the way into the dugout. Whoa, okay, so he came back out. I was like, holy cow, he's going way down there.
Adam Joseph?
No, close though.
Joe.
No.
Well.
It's a biblical name. I'll give you that. That's why it says close to Joseph.
Okay.
2-1. This one's lined to center for a base hit. And Mason Lang is aboard. That's his second base hit of the ball game.
Josiah.
Nope.
Oh, man.
It's more traditional than that.
Okay. Let's see here.
This is kind of funny for me, actually.
Yeah, me too.
I'm enjoying this.
Because I should know this, probably.
Well, we've known each other for 3 years. I don't know your middle name either. It's okay.
It starts with C. It's pretty easy though.
Really?
I mean, there's not too many with this. Just start naming C.
Curtis?
No.
Cooper?
Nope.
Charlie?
But just keep. Starts with CH.
Charles?
Nope.
This is what we're gonna do the rest of the game. Just guess each other's middle names.
Yep.
All right. This one's cracked to center. In comes Torelli. Laying out and does not make the catch. It drops in for a base hit in the runner from first. Mason Lang had to hold up and see if Torelli had another web gem in his back pocket. Ends up dropping in, and Lang is able to get there in time. First and second and nobody out for Ty Farwell.
J.
C-H, not Charles, Charlie, Chucky.
Think less.
Chuck.
Think less. Ch.
Okay.
Starts with CH and it's not ch.
Swing and a miss from Ty Farwell. Boy.
K.
It's not Chuck?
Not like don't think the sound ch. Think the sound k or kr.
And it starts with a CH?
As in
Christopher?
Yep.
There we go. Right when I heard it in my head, I knew it was right.
Yeah. So it's close to Joseph. It's not
I mean, like, in terms of it's a biblical name.
Yeah.
It's not a J-O. It's a J-A.
Why can't I know it's easy. That's probably the worst part. Is that I'm just brain farting this. It's not Jack.
This one's flip foul, 2-2. Stand up with you real fast. Good. Yeah.
We're getting our picture taken in the booth right now.
Always need more photos.
Nice. Very cool.
Perfect. I love it.
Shout out to Amber with the camera down below us.
Getting our photo taken. Hey, we dressed up for it, so.
Yeah.
Here's the 2-2. Inside, ball 3.
I mean, I feel pretty professional, too. If my first name was Adam and my second name was I can't even think of it, man. It's so bad. J-A?
Yep.
Does it sound like Ja or Ja?
J.
J.
It sounds like J.
Jason.
Nope.
Jerusalem.
Jerusalem.
I'm thinking biblical. Jeez, I can't think of anything. This is bad.
JJ Neal picks up his first strikeout in a Sasquatch uniform.
Your middle name is JJ. Okay, it's AJ Jameson.
That'd be crazy.
This is so bad. Hold up. JA. I gotta write this down. That's why it's not working.
Roped foul. Here, I'll give you the last letter in the name too.
Don't. Did you say B?
I don't know, did I?
Oh my! I'm so dumb. Yeah, it's Jacob.
Yep.
It's so bad.
There's a lot. To be fair, there are a lot of J names.
Right, but I don't know if there's. You're right. Okay, fair point. Your middle name is Jackson Hole, Wyoming. It's about as biblical as it gets, actually.
Yeah.
So Jacob. Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
Adam Jacob.
You remember the other one?
Oh yeah, I remember it.
I feel like once I tell people, it's really hard for them to forget. Like that's the one that they remember.
Right, because it's not traditionally common, I guess, with most middle names.
Yeah. I
know people who have 2 middle names. I know people who have no middle names. I know people who have for example,
2 last names.
Well, Callie, one of the interns, her middle name is K. K-A-Y. Literally, is just K.
Oh, I kind of forgot about that one.
But when somebody asks the initial, she goes K, and they're like, "Well, what could it be?" And she's like, "Well, it's K."
It's K.
And they're like, "Well, I know that's the initial." And she's like, "No, it's literally K."
Just K.
Yeah.
Like K Jewelers.
Yeah.
Not sponsored.
Every kiss begins with K.
If they want to sponsor as a kid, that'd be sweet.
That'd be cool. Yeah. Yeah.
Love some bling.
Not a fan of vegetables, but I don't mind carrots. Get it because of the joke. Get it because of diamonds and stuff.
Yeah, you're funny.
You get it
I'm gonna mute you.
I'll be talking to myself. You don't even have to let me know. I won't even know it.
1-2 on Ludvigsen is upstairs for ball 2. Another beautiful day. The clouds kind of just rolled right over us. It's turned into a pretty nice night.
Yeah.
Clouds still covering up the sunset, but still perfect weather. Ooh, that one floats inside for ball 3. It's a full count on Quinn Ludvigsen. He walked back in the 5th and grounded to a fielder's choice in the 2nd. He has 2 wadded, 1 gone. Another arm up and moving around in the bullpen. Here's the 3-2. Fouled away. Good AB here from Quinn.
AJ, it's funny. I just looked over at the YouTube live stream for a second to make sure it was working, and it looked like it was glitchy, but I forgot to turn it off the half speed.
Oh.
So I was like, oh my gosh, it's really
slow.
Really laggy right now, but all good. I know that first live streaming, that's actually still live somehow. It's not loading, but it's still live from a couple hours ago, so there's that.
He's a chopper up the middle. Fort charges, picks it up. The throw to first is in the dirt, but picked up by Finn for out number 2. Nice play by Peyton Fort and Kyle Finn to pick up the out. Here's Trey Runge, the second baseman, with 2 runners in scoring position and 2 down.
Nice. I'm just Ken from Barbie playing in the loudspeaker. Love it. Love it.
Fouled off.
AJ, I know we've discussed this off the mic kind of on our own terms, but walk-up song for you. You've mentioned it before, but let's just hear it again for anybody who hasn't.
Yeah, it's called Warriors Call by Volbeat. Shout out my dad for that one.
Right.
Yeah, that was my walk-up song in high school. Yeah, I'd probably still go with it. I mean, it worked out for me, so.
Yeah, we played it the one day. Nice scoop right there.
Very good scoop from Rather.
We played it the one day. It's like about as – I mean, the name defines it, you know?
Yep, yeah.
Warriors Call, and you kind of feel you're about to run into battle.
Yeah.
Leonidas in the 300.
That's what you're doing when you're going to the plate.
Yeah, right.
You're running to battle with
mental or
stick.
Physical. Yeah, one of the two. One with a stick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're fighting a ball.
With a big piece of wood. Yeah. It's funny, man. I mean, it's like baseball's almost like a caveman-like sport sometimes. You're just bringing like a club of cedar to the plate.
Yeah.
Me hit ball.
And you're hitting leather.
Right, exactly, yeah.
The 2-1. Swing and a miss. He was the count 2-2. You got probably a couple of pitches, but what's your go-to walk-up song?
Let's see here.
Make it quick.
Walk-up song. I'd go with Seven Nation Army, probably.
Okay, classic.
Yeah,
That's a classic.
Either that or Lupe Fiasco. there's a couple you can.
Oh, boy.
Man.
That one's off the pitcher and caught by Fort for out number 3. And, boy,
walk it off.
hopefully J.J. Neal's all right. He's going to walk off fine, but he was moving his shoulder a little bit.
Yeah.
And that's almost like an MLB The Show type play that lines off the pitcher and caught by the second baseman.
Tell me about it.
Boy, hopefully he's all right. Peyton Fort was able to pick up the out, and J.J. Neal gets the high fives. Looks like he's all right. 7-1 Squatch as we head to the home half, and the kids take the field.
Don't forget, last call on all alcohol sales will be at the conclusion of the 7th inning. You have 3 more outs to get your ice cold drink.
Untamed. So much historical fame. So much to see, hear, smell, taste, enjoy. So pack your bags. Hit the road. Strike gold. Deadwood is waiting. There's so much South Dakota, so little time.
Next at bat, number 8, Chase Scott.
New pitcher for the Zap is number 36, Braxton Clemens. He's thrown 5 innings this year and 5 appearances. He's allowed 7 hits, 8 runs, 5 of them earned, 4 walks to 5 strikeouts. And he has the bottom of the 7th here. Leading things off is Chase Scott. Pulled foul. Scott today has grounded the shortstop and then had an RBI single back in the 4th. Even count 1-on-1 on Scott. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball fouled off. 1-2.
Yeah, Scott's been doing a nice job this season. Obviously, his dad, Justice, head coach. We met Justice, or I guess I met Justice the other day. We were working the snack bar. Pretty nice guy. Yeah, it's nice to have him in, and finally kind of have your team more put together now.
And he made immediately a flip.
Yeah, I'd say so.
On the win column, they went and swept Fremont.
They
were
were
his first series there.
Were they 4-6 at that time, maybe?
I believe so, somewhere around there.
And then, yeah, they won those 3, got another one over Oahe, and then
breaking ball popped up shallow right, giving chase. It'll drop in for a base hit. Scott trying to dig for 2. The throw in is in time to get him.
Yeah.
Scott trying to test the arm of the right fielder, and it did not work. But a good attempt.
Needed a little turbo boost on the old gas there, but I mean, it's again just a nice little blooper by Chase right there. Why not though? I mean, you're up 6. Give it a little test. I mean, listen, one bad throw. He's the only guy covering that right there. One bad throw, and you're getting to 3rd.
I'm sure that was his thought process. There's only one guy over there, and he had to get over there because two of the infielders on the right side were in shallow right trying to make that play.
Right.
But a good job by the shortstop over there Gavin Frazier to cover the bag and make the play.
Yeah.
Here's Peyton Fort with one down and nobody on. High chopper up the middle. That'll beat the shift. And Peyton continues to swing a hot bat. 2 singles today for him.
Yeah, Peyton just seems to get on base. He just gets on base.
He would be great in 2003 with Billy Bean.
Yeah.
2006, my bad.
Was it 6?
I think it was 06.
I think it was 06, wasn't it?
Yep.
Sounds
Billy
about right,
Bean would have
yeah.
loved Peyton Fort.
Yeah. Yeah, he would have. What does he do?
Get on base.
Do you want me to talk? When I point to you, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Runner takes off for second. That throw is way wide. Fort has his second stolen base of the game.
It's just such a great scene in that movie. He's got like the older scouts around him, and then Jonah Hill, obviously. Just some kid out of college. Was he Harvard, Yale, one of the two?
Yale.
Yale, I think Yale sounds right, probably right. Yeah.
Economics.
Yale, yeah, of course.
Baseball.
Yep.
You're funny, Pete.
Yeah. Yeah. Is it Peter Brandt? Was that the name?
Yep, Peter Brandt.
Yeah, Peter Brandt.
Legend.
Legend.
Here's Ben Foyer. He probably would have worked well in that system, too.
Yeah.
A lot of speed, gets on base, and a great glove out there at short.
Yeah, they needed those guys out there. They go on a crazy long winning streak for the A's back when.
Was it 21, 22?
Something about that, yeah, because they were going to break it, or they like the game they were supposed to break it, right?
Yep.
Then the story or the way the movie goes, Billy drives back, they start losing again. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, there's been a lot of conversation about how inaccurate a lot of those scenes are. But
right.
You like to think.
I'm sure it's a lot of movies like that. I mean, it's funny. It's almost like writing any story. You're obviously picking the pieces that you know, and then you're writing what you kind of hope audiences attach themselves to.
Yep.
I don't know if any nonfiction movie is 100% historically accurate. I'd say some probably get a little more far-fetched than others, probably, but
yeah. The 2-1 to Foyer. This one's flipped down the right field line, hooking foul. Foyer in an even 2-2 count. Excuse me, in a 2-1 count. No, I was right. Even 2-2.
2-2, yeah. That foul ball right there put it at second one. Yeah, not the tallest of guys, stature-wise at the plate, but again, just kind of puts that barrel on it and sees where it can go.
Yeah, and it's earned the nickname Volpe.
Yeah.
I mean, his glove proves why. The 2-2. Fastball misses away for ball 3. Full count upcoming with
Solid
1 out.
With hold right there. It's always a tough one on the outside corner, especially on a breaking ball.
Yeah, definitely broke away. Nick Work on deck. Here's the 3-2. Breaking ball flipped right side. Over is Goldberg. He'll make the catch. Fort tags from second. The throw to third is cut off.
Move a guy in a scoring position. Why not? Or I guess a better scoring position than he already is in.
Brings up Nick Work with 2 down and Peyton Fort 90 feet away. Trying to throw on another insurance run in this 7-1 ball game.
Insurance. That's something I need to start looking into soon, being an adult.
That sounds scary.
No, yeah, it's not the most fun, I'd say, but.
Breaking ball drops in for a strike. Nasty curveball there from the relief pitcher. That's number 36, Braxton Plemons. Pitches at Bethany College. That one's away.
AJ, you almost went to college for a different sport, not baseball, but track and field, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Almost went to Buena Vista.
That's right. Where was that one again?
Storm Lake, Iowa.
Storm Lake, Iowa.
Yep. That ball landed right in front of the catcher. Didn't know where it was. Yeah, almost went to Storm Lake to run track, but ultimately went the education route at the University of Iowa, along with you.
Yeah. I went there for education, for sure. No, I'm kidding. I mean, that kind of is what we both went for. It's obviously a very large school for the going out crowd, but in terms of journalism, and one of the best in the country. And you and I have both probably proven that, you just kind of stick your foot in a couple of different doors, and then eventually you kind of knock them down any which way you can. So
that's why we're out here.
Yeah, I mean, I've told some friends that one get fair.
Ground ball left side goes foul, just
Thought it
just
went.
to the left at third base.
I don't know about that one.
Yeah, it
honestly.
looked
You
like
see
it might have skipped over the bag. It definitely was fair in front of third base.
Yeah.
Thought it might have just stayed inside the line, but
I think it did, but who's the judge?
the umpires.
Exactly.
Full count, 2 down. Fort on third. The pitch. Called strike 3 on the outside corner, and Nick Work goes down looking.
Work, not a huge fan of that call right there.
Might have been a little bit upstairs, but 7-1 as we head to the top of the 8th. We're not done yet. And the Zap trying to put together a comeback here late.
They're going to go into the Sasquatch 400. I'm still going to be on the. I just want to look at that real fast.
Yeah.
Out there. Hold on. I'm going to turn the camera on for you guys. Then I promise we'll
The
take a commercial
Sasquatch
after this. But
400.
yeah, you'll see him come around here. Here's the starting line.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Quick start.
this guy's way out front. Let's see if he makes the right turn, though. He's got to hit it.
Yeah, he's got to make the turnaround third. That's normally the toughest.
There you go.
Stays on his feet.
There's that turn. Hit the caution tape. You're through.
Oh, that's a W.
All right, now we'll go to commercial. But yeah, that's always a fun race right there.
Costello Porter Law Firm has offices in Rapid City and Spearfish, providing a broad range of trial experience in state, federal, administrative, and tribal courts.
Years. Super 8 has been there for wherever your journey takes you. So when the open road calls for a good night's rest, you can depend on Super 8's modern rooms at over 2,000 locations. Plus, earn Wyndham Rewards points for every stay. Super 8, one of 24 trusted brands by Wyndham. See you on the road.
And we have a new pitcher for the Spearfish Sasquatch, number 20, Ren Chambers.
New pitcher for the Squatch is the 6'1 sophomore from San Clemente, California, Ren Chambers. Comes in to try and close out the 8th here, or at least eat it up. His last appearance was last Thursday in Fremont in that 9-8 comeback winner. He actually started that game. Was a tough start for him. Only went 1 inning, allowed 7 runs, 5 walks, 0 strikeouts, and did give up a long ball. But the offense was able to rally and come back and get the win 9-8 and make it a no decision for Mr. Ren Chambers. He's trying to bounce back here tonight. And a really interesting story with him. He goes to college at Chaminade University in Hawaii.
That's right, yeah.
He said he grew up surfing on the California coast.
I bet he did.
And when he knew that he could go to school in Hawaii, it was almost like a no-brainer for him.
Yeah.
Go somewhere where surfing's even bigger? Heck yeah. And did you know that surfing's actually like a sport, like an organized sport out in California?
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was really cool that he was able to compete competitively at the high school level in surfing.
Well, Hawaii, I mean, if you want a bigger history lesson, I'll give it to you about surfing. There's a great documentary on Disney Plus, 30 for 30 by Eddie Aikau, former surfer and lifeguard on the North Shore of Oahu, I want to say. Hawaii was the 50th state, and so they had a lot of like longboard surfing, big wave surfing. Eddie Aikau was one of the main legends of that. I'm sure Ren would know the name or at least kind of be familiar with it, but yeah, not only was it a sport, but pretty big.
Ground ball to Fort. Throw to first is in time to get the speedy Connor Goldberg trying to leg that one out.
That being said, I could not surf to save my life. I've done a couple lessons.
I've never even looked at a surfboard, bro.
Really?
Never.
I think I mean, you give anybody with enough coordination, enough time, they can do it, but do it well. And like the pros, that's a sport where the drop-off from like having fun to pro is so huge.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of sports where that drop-off is pretty massive, but surfing's one where, I mean, you can't even start to fathom hitting a big wave like that.
No, that is just nuts.
Yeah. I mean, there's, I guess every sport, there's definitely drop-offs from, like, elementary to pro, but, like, even from, like, the collegiate level of surfing. Like, when you can, like, surf for, like, competitively as a 18-year-old compared to a 30-year-old,
It's pretty nuts.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some big guys in the surfing world. I've been watching some clips, and, you're not alone out there. There's shark things once in a while, Dolphins obviously pop up once in a more than blue moon. They're actually pretty common, but just talking about dolphins and sharks and stuff.
You can go down a rabbit hole with that.
Oh,
with
yeah.
you.
Oh, yeah. No, yeah.
That's your thing.
Well, technically speaking, sharks are not a mammal.
All right. That one gets between the wickets of Rather.
They got no bones, actually. They can't stop swimming. They'll die. Except for nurse sharks. They can sleep pretty still.
Shout out a nurse shark.
Yeah, they don't bite. Well, normally. They're technically blind. A lot of them in Belize. A lot of them in some coral reefs in Belize. Whole chain marine reserve.
I feel like I am watching a documentary right now. It's just your voice.
Gotta have David Attenborough's voice, too. And the shark is an interesting animal. That's not even close. But the point is, you gotta have like some sort of English accent to be good with it.
Yeah,
Yeah. Nobody would listen to my somebody would listen to my voice for the purpose of like not sounding that smart. I'd be like, oh, look at that shark right there. That's pretty cool.
No, that's what I'd be like. Crikey, that's a shark.
Yeah, right.
Crikey.
This guy's a monster. Hello, big fella.
I ain't swimming in there.
Yeah, right.
Even count 2-2 on Andrew Phillips as we kind of get off track. That's all right. Ren Chambers comes set. Long look in, the 2-2. Fastball gets by him. His fastball sits around 88 to 91. He said he'd love to sit more consistently in the 90s.
Well, tell me why he became a pitcher. You mentioned this a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
But exactly why.
I gotta go back in time to that conversation. He was, I believe he was a catcher beforehand, if I'm remembering right.
He just thought pitching was easier?
Yeah, and that's exactly what it was.
Yeah.
He was a catcher, and then he kind of got hurt. He wasn't hitting real well, and he was like, you know what, this thing's kind of hard. Let's do pitching. That sounds easier, and it stuck. He started pitching junior year of high school, and he's like, yeah, this is way easier than catching or hitting, and he just stuck with it. Got the offer to go play in Hawaii. And he hasn't looked back since, just having fun with it.
Just having fun with it. Very much Hawaii vibrations to him. You talk to him, and he's very, not out of it, but, like, in it, which is weird. Like, into life, into just relaxing, So, very much that lifestyle of leisure.
He fits the Hawaii.
That he does.
The Hawaii vibe, I guess
that
you could
he does.
say.
Yeah.
That one misses inside Emilio Curiel. Tough day for him. 0 for 3, couple of strikeouts, ground into a double play back in the fourth. That's what number that is.
It's getting late in the day.
It is. Getting tired. 2-1, misses inside for ball 3. As a freshman, Chambers did make 16 appearances and had a record of 2-1 and actually led the team with 4 saves.
Nice.
In his first year. Chopper to the right side. Fort Scott on the high hop. The throw to first is in time for out number 3. The Zap go down in order 1, 2, 3. And the Squatch will have another crack at the Zap here to build a lead. They are leading 7-1 as we head to the 9th.
Sure is unlike anything I've ever experienced.
Spot On has greatly reduced the time our managers spend on scheduling. The biggest advantage is its tip management. At a touch of a button, it instantly allocates tip pooling and tip splitting.
Our employees love it that as soon as we've done the tip distribution, they can see what they made yesterday. It's real straightforward. What you see is what you get, and that's what you want working in a restaurant. And with Spot On, you've got everything there at the tip of your fingers.
New pitcher for the Zap is Emiliano Curiel. Has not made a pitching appearance. Don't know if he's actually a two-way or if this is a situation where position players coming in to finish out the ninth. It looks like the left fielder is now number 10, Alexander Jackson. First pitch from Curiel. It's a real pitch. And ground ball right side. Second baseman charges, flips to first in time to get Torelli. So I'd assume that means Curiel is a two-way. Boy, I have not been doing a good job of keeping book. Apparently I've missed the last 2 innings.
Well, you know,
I haven't written anything down in the book since the 6th. I just now realized that.
Pen ran out of ink. That's all there is to it.
Here's a drive to right field, but right to Connor Goldberg for out number 2, and Carson Rather goes down. And here's Kyle Finn. Couple of quick outs for Curiel, who is making his pitching debut for the Zap. Brings up Kyle Finn. Big day today. A solo shot in the 3rd and walked in, scored in the 4th. First pitch to him is inside for ball 1. And we had a position player pitch for Nebraska when they were here, the Prospects.
Yep.
So I didn't know if that was another one of those situations, because this is like their 4th pitcher, 5th pitcher?
Something like that. 4 or 5, yeah. Oh, that ball was...
That one skips away.
We're playing cricket out here.
He had to go get his own carom.
Yep.
I think Game Changer's missing one of the pitchers because number 36,
yeah, he threw for an inning or two, didn't he?
The Braxton Plemons kid is not in the Game Changer, so we have to go back and fix that.
Gotcha.
Here's the 2-0. That one's upstairs for ball 3.
Ball 3. Ball 4 coming up here.
I need something to eat, bro. I'm so hungry.
Yeah, right?
I should have grabbed a Monster before the game. I told BY from now on he just needs to get me a Monster before each game. High fly ball, shortstop underneath it for the out. And the Sasquatch go down in order, 1, 2, 3. Last chance for the Zap, trailing by 6 as we head to the top of the 9th. You're watching the Zap and the Sasquatch live on YouTube.
All right, folks, to continue with our games this evening, our final one of the night is going to be a costume
surprising, so untamed, so much historical fame, so much to see, hear, smell, taste, enjoy. So pack your bags, hit the road, strike gold. Deadwood is waiting. There's so much South Dakota, so little time.
Another inning for Ren Chambers as he looks to close out this one for the Squatch, trying to pick up their, this would be their 9th win of the season. That's what it is. 8-7 right now in 3rd place in the Independence League. First pitch to Frazier is fouled away. The Hastings Sodbusters have a pretty sizable lead in the standings. They're 11-2.
Yeah.
And the Casper Spuds follow them. They're 8-6. And then it's the Sasquatch currently at 8-7. Trying to chase down the Spuds for 2nd place right now in the Independence League. And they'll have, the Sasquatch actually have a really big series coming up after this one. They'll have 4 games at home against the Hastings Sodbusters, including a doubleheader on the 18th. And that will be huge. As, of course, Hastings has that sizable lead. But the first time the Sasquatch played them, they didn't have about half their players.
Right.
Now the team's much more filled out. Pulled foul. We kind of got I don't know what exactly is going on, but almost everybody in the dugout is outside of it, on the far side of the dugout. And some of them are talking to the Zap first base coach. Just making some friendly talk with the enemy. That's away for ball 3. And I'd asked a couple of the guys why they choose to not sit in the dugout, and they all just say, just looking for a good sit.
A good sit?
Good sit. That's all they're looking for is a good sit.
Just a good sit.
And well, that's apparently where the good sit is right now. It's just outside the far side of the dugout.
And they're about 2 more outs from a good sit on their couch in an hour here.
Yep. And we'll see how many of them are actually sitting on the couch in an hour.
Yeah, right.
1 out. Chambers fires to Mason Lang, misses away.
One of the interns, Eli Burrell's birthday, so might be seeing some of the players out in the town like we'll be.
This one's a high fly ball to Torelli, comes in and makes the catch for out number 2.
Easy peasy. Bless you.
Thanks.
Yeah.
We don't have a cough box up here, so I got to tear the headset off so I don't blow my mic.
Yeah, can you imagine? Achoo.
Yeah, no, that would not sound good. Here's Vince Polizzi, the designated hitter. He singled his last time up. That was in the 7th. Ren misses upstairs for ball 1.
It's never fun being the last out. I mean, nobody's going to blame you. It's 7-1, you know, not a close game, but pretty good swing on this one here.
That's actually not Polizzi. That's my fault. This is Jackson. Alexander Jackson, to be precise.
He was one playing left.
Yep. He attends Greenville University, has a 118 average and a 250 on base. Even count 1-1. That one gets away.
Just a bit outside.
Another classic.
All right, good baseball movies.
Very good.
I know you love Moneyball. Gotta love Sandlot.
Yep.
You know what's crazy? Sue me for this. I literally just watched Field of Dreams the first time ever about 2 weeks ago.
You literally go to Iowa.
I know.
What is wrong with you?
Like-
That's like one of the first baseball movies I ever saw.
Isn't that weird? Like I don't know why I never watched it. I think it's because like I knew what happened, so
Yeah.
like I just didn't watch it. Like I knew who was in it. I
Yep.
knew the plot. I even know who was like playing Shoeless Joe, like Ray Liotta. You know, like I knew these guys. I don't know. Yeah, it's my first time actually seeing it. So
Well, at least you got around to it.
yeah, right.
I would have bullied you more if you actually hadn't seen it.
No, yeah. The thing is, like, I'd seen so many clips, and all the time, you know, my family, like, every time that I, what do you call it? Every time that I return back to school, my grandpa will always text me. He's like, are you back to heaven yet? Because heaven is Iowa. You know, like, says heaven knows Iowa, right? Everyone knows that quote. But I don't know. I guess I just never got around to it, which is weird because I watch a lot of new movies.
Yeah, I was going to say, you know more movies than anybody else I know.
Right. I guess it's weird. It's like some of the most main movies I just don't get around to because I see or hear about them so much. Like I hadn't watched Miracle until like 3 years ago.
That's crazy to me.
I know. And Miracle is one of my favorite movies ever, or sports movies ever. You know, so bless you.
Thank you.
But yeah, I mean Miracle is just one of the greatest. One strike away here.
0-2, Sasquatch trying to pick up their 9th win of the season. Jackson's on to first after the walk. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Down he goes. Ren Chambers shuts the door on the zap. And the Sasquatch win it 7-1. The bats were hot again. Kyle Finn with his 3rd home run of the season. Chase Scott, Peyton Fort, and Ben Foyer stay hot at the plate. They all have multi-hit games. Evan Luke, a great start. 4 2/3, allowed just 1 run, picked up 3 Ks. Tyler Russ went a great inning in a third, picking up 3 strikeouts, not allowing a hit or a run. J.J. Neal made his first appearance for the Sasquatch. Got hit by a line drive, but Peyton Fort made the catch, and then Ren Chambers closed out the final 2 innings, picking up 3 strikeouts, including the one to close the door in the 9th. 7-1 the final. When we come back, we'll talk with one of the assistant coaches to wrap things up. Don't go anywhere.
Be fucking real, man. Come on.
7-1 the final here at Black Hills Energy Stadium. Up here now with the pitching coach, Octavio Sanchez. Octo, it's Halloween night in June here at the ballpark, so of course had to give you a pair of glasses.
Yep, love it.
But overall thoughts, Evan Luke had a solid outing, let up some hits, but was able to strand a lot of runners on the base paths. Kind of overall thoughts on his start tonight.
I thought it was great. You know, he's been getting a little bit better every start. You know, kind of weak contact today, and he didn't really let it get to him, and, you know, he bared down and finished some innings, so he was huge for us today.
And great day from the bullpen overall. Of course, Ren Chambers able to close it out. You don't want to keep him on?
I can't.
It's hard to be serious with them. Obviously, Ren Chambers is able to close it out, but also a scary moment there in the sixth inning. How's he doing?
Sixth inning was JJ.
Yeah, JJ, sorry. Yes, JJ.
He's kind of crazy, you know. Yeah, I think that fired him up even more, and he wanted to go back out there. We weren't going to let him. You know, we wanted to give him a soft landing. We had a good lead, and, you know, kind of get those nerves out of the way in his first outing of the summer.
Did it hit him in, like, the head or the shoulder? Or where did you say it hit him?
From what I hear, it's his ear. So,
okay.
You know, I told him to ice it tonight, and we'll see how he is tomorrow.
Well, Peyton made a nice play on it to make it worth it, right?
Yeah, he did.
But the offense stayed hot as well. 7 runs tonight. Kyle Finn picks up another home run. I mean, the offense really these last couple of weeks has just picked up to an astronomical rate. What's it been like down there just having fun in the dugout?
I mean, it's been awesome. And, you know, we expected this from these guys. You know, they're better hitters than how we started off, and we knew it would take some time and we'd get going. And, I mean, there it is. You know, we're having great ABs, laying off breaking balls, getting our heaters, and smashing them. So it's been great. 9th
win of the season. How's it felt to kind of string some together here these last couple of weeks?
It's been great. You know, we knew we had to do that, have a shot at winning the first half. So, you know, that's the goal, and we're trying to take it one game at a time and win every one. So
now, kind of a weird situation tomorrow. You're going to finish up a game that you started yesterday. What do you have to do as a pitching coach to get your guys prepared? I don't think does Furry have to go tomorrow?
Technically, if we wanted to keep him, it would have to be him. We're not going to do that. You know, he threw too many pitches. So somebody new, not entirely sure who it's going to be yet, but we're going to have somebody else start that game and try to come back down 2 runs and go get that one.
Awesome. Sounds good. Then we got another one after that.
Yep, and then go get that one. One game at a time.
Exactly. Whether you start in the 1st or the 4th inning, doesn't matter. Got to go get them.
Yep.
Awesome. Appreciate it, Octo. Thanks for coming up here again.
Yep. Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir. 7-1 the final. Don't go anywhere. We'll finish up the post game when we come back. One last time with the glasses and the mustache and the weird eyebrows. See if we can get going. We're trying to. Aiden's going to slide in. So is Luke. Packed press box for the 7-1 win today here at Black Hills Energy Stadium.
Hey.
And the party music is on tonight. Big W for the Squatch as they get their 9th win of the season. The offense continues to be hot. We're going to try and talk some serious ball with these funny glasses. Is my eyebrow down? Oh, no.
Is my eyebrow down?
My eyebrow's breaking.
Yeah.
There we go.
You're getting some work done to it, yeah.
Look at that. Only one eyebrow's going.
Only one eyebrow's going. And it still goes.
But overall thoughts on tonight's victory for the Squatch?
That's all I have to say about that. No,
Enough said.
it was great. It was great. I mean, honestly, getting those runs, I think early on kind of set this precedent for them early on. It was not going to be a game where it was going to be close after that one inning. Would they score 4 or 5 in that one inning?
Yep.
Great stuff. Obviously, Finn got himself another bomb right off the bat. That was just great stuff. I think the overall takeaway as a team today is they play really well at home. They really do. Playing at home, it helps having the energy here. But also, when you look down at that dugout and you see guys having a good time, that's when you're going to win ball games like this. The energy is just awesome. And again, I don't know what the whole having a good sit thing is about, but the point is, it's fun, right? That's what baseball should be. I think that's kind of the big takeaway from all these games. That's what from every interview you've had, everyone said, well, it's been hard when you've had injuries and then you have a hard college season, but summer ball is for having fun, right? So losses, okay, so be it. Wins, have fun. So I think that's kind of the big thing to kind of talk about with this team is the more that time goes on, the more I see them smiling and laughing. Octavio mentioned that one kid's kind of crazy, got hit in the ear and wanted to go back in.
Yeah.
There it is, right? You want to be safe, but also some kids just have that mentality where it's like, screw it, I'm going to keep playing, So great time with that. Yeah, I'd say the middle infield obviously had a couple errors early on, but again, you watch a guy like Peyton Ford just kind of consistently make plays, even with a couple of mistakes here and there. He's been getting on base pretty solidly. Sam had some nice pieces of hitting today. Again, beautiful swing, buttery swing.
Very.
Can't believe
much.
it's not real butter. But yeah, great stuff. So I don't know what tomorrow holds. Obviously, you got to get some nice sleep, and then you're going to play. Did they end the game in the 4th inning, the 5th inning?
I think they start in the 4th, and then I'm assuming they close it out and finish the 9.
So barring any early victory, they're going to be playing, 14 innings tomorrow?
Yeah,
in the span of 4:05 to 10:30. Yeah, that's going to be a long day for the boys, but nothing a little, monster can't fix.
I'm going to need one tomorrow, that's
might
for sure.
need one from BY, yeah. Yeah, but no, good game. It's my first time on the mic this season, and there was some technical difficulties early on. I think we figured out probably what the main cause of that is, the main catalyst of all those issues, so hopefully we get that fixed for you guys in the near future. But yeah, get used to some Shark Talk. So
7-1 the final. Aiden Wirtz always coming with the interesting facts and more about sharks in the blue ocean.
The blue ocean.
The blue ocean.
Yeah, but I got to ask you one question. Your time here. I know you've been asked by players before, but we broadcast at Iowa together. It's very fun. How do you like it here so far? How's the whole kind of vibe been for you?
Nothing. There's been nothing better, that's for sure. Every night, it's a beautiful night,
yeah,
perfect backdrop, and when the Squatch are hot, boy, is it fun to be at the ballpark. And tonight they were red hot, 7-1. Pitching staff got through a couple of jams early on, but ultimately pitched a gem as an entire staff. The offense put up 7 runs, and that's exactly what they needed to do.
Yeah.
See what they can do tomorrow. Technically down by 2 runs. See if they can come back and get another victory against the Zap. But from all of us here in Spearfish, I'm AJ Reister alongside my partner Aiden Wirtz, wishing you a good night from beautiful Spearfish, South Dakota.